come over and join the crowd.
Well, Carol, thanks for visiting with us today. And that's what this is. It's just kind of a visit. So thanks.
Okay.
Thanks. And we have Carol Setterberg. And how long have you been on the lake?
Well, since 1927 is when my dad got the property.
1927.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you were saying that it's going to be, you're just short of 100 years with the property.
So we've got to celebrate in a few years.
Oh, fireworks and everything.
The whole works.
The whole works. Party. I think that's a good idea.
Party, definitely.
Party, definitely. So
yeah.
And what's the background of how he got the property?
Okay, that is the interesting part. He and another guy were the engineers on Old 55, which is now Old Lake Road, and beyond, of course. And they, at night, those two guys surveyed land for Farmer Kruger.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
Thus we have Kruger Lake behind us.
Exactly. And so they divided the property, and Dad took this part, and I've got his name written down, but I didn't think of bringing it. And then the other guy took where miners are, and I think even a little beyond that. So
okay, and that
they paid $1 each.
So that was part of their payment for doing the survey work.
So they did the survey work and got land and just paid $1.
Wow. Wow. And so since 27 then, you've had the property.
Yes.
And someone in the family's been on the lake.
Yes.
So that's
I think they built, I'm sure, well, my parents were married that December, and I think a frame went up here shortly after.
Okay.
All right. And it's a poured basement, which is very unusual.
That would be at
yes,
that time.
At that time, it was very unusual.
So did they? So the land around here, then, did it, as far as you know, did it exist the way it is today?
Well, Hortons, I call it Hortons. That's
Stone Gate.
Yes,
what we would think of
Stone Gate.
There's Erdman connection.
Yeah.
Yes, there is, Karen.
Yeah. So there was Hortons. Now, how about down that way, going to the north? Was the land filled in then already? When
no.
It was just a road.
It was just a road, and all the where you are, you know, they had to fill. I think Bugby owned that, didn't he originally?
I don't know.
I think so. I'm not positive. And see, and that had to be filled in because that was really low.
It was all swampy land.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I understand.
Yes, yes. So
was the road then that we know of as Old Lake Road, that was 55?
That was 55.
But there was another road that was closer to the water.
Right in front here.
Right in front.
This was the old road.
The old road.
Right behind us.
Yes.
And that went down the hill and went over and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, I think they took out fill down here for the road. Because if you look at how this is terraced.
Yes.
I mean, there's a hill here, a hill here. I think they took fill out and terraced it.
They could have easily.
Yeah.
And that's just my.
But at that time, that was a lot of work.
Yes. To do that. And you know, we've got pictures of the horses dragging the not buggy, but you know, for building the road.
The wagons.
The wagons. Couldn't get that word out.
Yeah. And didn't you used to say that at Miners there was a restaurant there?
Oh yes.
And they had white tablecloths and.
Really?
Tux.
Oh, because it was. Oh, so Tux did.
Yes.
So Tux had a restaurant there for a while. All right. So I knew Mrs. Tucker.
Yes. Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah. Yes, because her nephew was a good friend.
Okay.
So that's very interesting. Yeah, and so people don't know the history that was Tuck's Cafe in the
Uh-huh.
beginning, but that they actually had a restaurant there.
They had a restaurant out here.
That I did not know. I'm trying to think where it might have been in the house, but
Well, where Miners is.
yeah, but was it upstairs or was it in the downstairs? It must have been in the
No,
upstairs.
yeah, the
Yeah, the house is
upstairs.
a lot
I
different
think
now.
you came right in. I mean, I can't remember going down to the road because we would just cut across.
Right, right. Well, yeah, you would just cut across to
Hmm.
get there. Sure.
And then didn't Les Bathan, did they buy that
Then
later?
they bought that property between.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then the road continued on down, and did you? I suppose that changed the shoreline around here. Well, or maybe it didn't. The
I
shoreline
can't
maybe
answer
was the
that.
same.
It would be the same,
I
I
would think it
think.
would be the same. That probably the same rocks that are
Yeah.
filling in the bank and stuff and stopping it from eroding. But you can definitely see where the old road was. If you stand even down where I'm at
Oh,
Okay.
and
really?
you look at the trees and how they're planted,
Oh,
you can
interesting.
see. And as soon as you say it to somebody, you say, can you see where this might have been a road? It's like, absolutely, because you got cotton willows on one side, or cottonwood on one side, and another set on another side. So the road was on both sides. There were
And
trees,
very narrow.
and very narrow, and now those trees are very big and very old. You know,
Yes,
Oh,
they are.
We've got some monsters.
yeah, yeah. So when you were little, and you had this place on the lake, do you remember doing things on the lake?
Oh, that's what we did. I I had my frogs as my friend, and the yes, and we had an old, um, well, there used to be a bathtub outside. I don't know what it was called or whatever, but anyway, I would get sand and grass and collect frogs and water and play with them.
And the frogs were out of the lake.
Yeah, I'd go down the lake and catch them. And we were barefoot all summer long.
All summer long.
All summer long.
And you always had a boat, right?
Oh, always a boat.
Now, do you remember who made the boat? Was it a local made boat?
No, it came from Little Falls and it was a wooden boat. It was really a nice boat.
Oh,
Varnished.
varnished boat. Okay, a varnished one. Yeah, because
Hmm.
I'm looking to still find some family that had. We found out that Bob Pedersen's, I think it was his father, used to make boats.
Really?
And they were all looked like more like Viking ships because of their construction, because that's what he did in Norway. And we found out that Bill Henderson's senior used to make boats and made several that went on the lake.
Really?
And so I'm keep looking for someone who had one of those
Yeah.
boats. I mean, that's pretty amazing. That
We
Exactly.
had some really old motors here. Remember the silver one left over from
Yep.
Grandpa?
Yep.
And we used his boat lift for a long time.
Yes, we did.
So always a rowboat or a boat with
Sure.
a small motor out there.
Yeah.
And wouldn't you? You would come here for the summer, correct?
Oh, yes. As soon as school was out, Mom and Pat and I went into Minneapolis, picked up Grandma, and out we came. And Dad came Wednesday nights and weekends.
Sure. In the cities.
No, he was
Oh.
Brainerd.
Oh, Brainerd. Out of
I
Brainerd.
grew up in Brainerd.
Okay. Out of Brainerd. And so, but this was the summer place.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And at that time, well, let's see, you would have come from Brainerd to get here.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So that was a pretty good drive, though, to get down here. And then but you just stayed here.
Oh, just stayed
Yeah.
all summer long.
Yeah. And then you had a boat so you could get around the lake.
no phone.
No phone. Uh-uh.
Lake changed. Still had 3 islands then too.
It's the same.
It's the same.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's nice though. But it sounds like you have pretty good memories. Any other crazy stories, that things that you can remember that
Crazy
happened on the
stories.
lake?
Well, all like on the lake stories on, no, not really, except always going over to First Island and hiking around there.
Okay.
Um,
Do
no,
you
not.
remember who owned it then?
No, I know the Hikeys didn't at that
At
time.
that time, they did not.
Mm-mm.
Bob Pedersen had a picture of a structure that was on the island.
Yes.
Well, there was a dentist.
Tell
Wasn't there a
us.
dentist?
Well, Second
The
Island was
dentist.
Con Winther.
Yes, Con Winther had a house on First Island.
So Con must have owned First Island for a while.
Well, he must have.
Yeah.
Yes.
He must have, if he had the
Exactly.
structure.
He
Yeah.
had to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he had a structure or something on that. But you remember that as a kid.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So what was it? Can you describe it? What did it look
No,
like?
no,
Just a house?
just a two-story house.
Oh, a two-story
I think
house.
well, that's what I came out with right now.
Yeah.
I don't know whether did I make that up or was it real? I don't know, but that's what came out of me.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Would it have been on the lower
No,
level? It was
high.
The highest or the middle? And there's like 3 levels.
Yeah. Maybe the middle. I'm not sure on that. I
Okay.
can't really answer that. I don't know.
Yeah. Then it burned down.
Yes, it did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember it, but
No, it
doesn't
would have
mean
been
anything.
gone by the time you
we were,
two
yeah.
were. Yeah.
Well, it was. I mean, was it when you moved back here in '63? It was gone, and then you don't remember it,
No.
so it was gone.
Yep.
But I know that on the middle level, there was always a big area where there could have been. But I always attributed it to that's where they used to shoot the fireworks off from.
Oh.
And they would always have to dig the mortars in. So I always attributed to that.
I'm not sure where Con's house was, whether it was high, on the highest part or that low part. I don't.
And maybe
remember.
maybe there was more than one. Maybe Con had one up higher, because the picture that I had from Bob Pedersen, I think, is 1934, and you just can't tell. You can't tell, but it's not a two-story structure, but you can't tell where it is. On the island. You just don't know. So,
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
How long have Hikeys owned
I don't know. I know that Cliff bought it.
Right. He must have bought it from Con.
He must have.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Dave would know who he bought it from.
I bet so.
That'd be an interesting question.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave. I know Dave knows how much he paid for it.
Bet you that's who he bought it.
Yeah, because Con had still, I think, owned Second Island for quite a while,
Okay.
and then it went as a donation to Camp Courage.
Yep.
Yes.
And then,
yes.
And then Paul bought it, and then it went to the township.
Now Erdman still have Third Island.
And Erdman still owns Third
Oh,
Island.
they do.
There's not. You can't go on. I mean,
Well, I as a kid, I had.
Yeah.
But
been
they
on that
say
island.
that there's a lot of poison ivy on the island now.
Okay.
So it's kind of, you don't want to. There used to be a path that you could walk, and there was a path on.
Never
Second
went
Island,
to
same.
Third Island.
There was Sunken Island.
Oh yes,
Off of
Karen.
Windmill
Do you
Lake.
remember Sunken Island ever being visible?
No.
No. Yeah, there was. I mean, it was a question I failed to ask Bob Pedersen when we were visiting, because he had pictures of how low the lake was. That it was so very low, long ago. And then you wonder, well, if it was that low, was Sunken Island visible?
And I was small when that happened because I remember having to walk out to go. Yeah, but maybe I was 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because the lake is I think the last 10 years has been higher than it
Yes, it's been very high.
Yeah.
normally. So Kruger Lake is named after you. Live over here, correct?
In the farmhouse
Yep.
up on the hill.
Where Cush Miner is now, right?
No, beyond that.
Beyond that.
Yeah, up
Beyond
on the
that.
hill.
Yep.
And I can remember we had to have dresses on, and Dad took us to visit Farmer Kruger and a thank you for the land,
For the
etc.
land and
And
etc.
all we were and all we ever we ran around here and underpants, and
Yeah.
that was about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it was a very big deal that
You had to dress up.
we had to dress up and go visit Farmer Kruger. I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
And going into that house, and boy, were Pat and I ever good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet. Yeah.
We were told to be on our best behavior.
No messing around.
Mm-mm.
No. And then like up at Stonegate, would you ever go up there and visit, or do you remember much about that resort?
Well, not until she worked at the bank. Grace or
Gloria Weiss.
Gloria, yes.
So as a child though, you never went
No,
there.
never. It was
Okay.
to Van's Beach.
Yeah, that's what I
So
thought.
you went to Vans. So Vans was a place to get
Oh gosh,
treats
yes.
and stuff.
Treats, ice cream, candy bars.
You remember the slide?
Oh yes,
On
I
Vans.
loved going down that big slide.
It was a big slide.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah. And we have some pictures of the old slide.
Yep.
So that was kind of the place to
Oh,
go.
definitely.
And it was just a walk. It's walkable. It's
oh
not
gosh,
bad.
yes.
Were there many boats on the lake that you remember years ago?
I really can't say. Oh, yeah, I think
mean,
there were.
There
I
were
mean,
other fishermen
yeah,
and
there were.
boaters.
There were boats on the
Yeah.
lake.
Did you fish?
My dad was a good fish. No, he never took Pat or me fishing. He took Mom. The two of them went fishing. So Pat and I were left in the cottage.
Oh, you were left to fend for yourself.
Yep. They went fishing a lot together.
And
I think it's great.
For a long time down in the hollow, I mean, we didn't mow that or anything.
Oh,
It
no.
was all weeds and
My dad used a scythe to cut it down, maybe once a year or
Mhm.
something like that.
And then I remember he had planted a lady slipper
Yes.
because we own halfway up the hill there, and there was a lady slipper back in that corner.
Yes, and it kept going for quite some
I
time.
remember it as a kid.
Okay, good, Karen.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that I do remember, and then it was the storm that went through here in '83
80.
that took
Yeah.
a lot of trees down.
Mhm.
So in the hollow down there were 3 huge cottonwoods, huge, and those went down. So there were a lot of cottonwoods on this property.
Sure. Oh,
that were
yeah.
planted.
Yes, there were.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You remember other restaurants that have been around the lake over the years?
Well, Jim and Betty Loomis had one in the hotel.
In the hotel. Yeah. Then there was, and how about resorts? Did the resorts have, well, Stone Gate, that was a resort. And then
Yeah.
there was Bugby Hive. And then
And Tolman's?
Tolman's had a resort, a restaurant probably?
Mm-mm.
No, just a resort. And then, well, else? Marvin's, which I think was over by
Yes, I know
Bugby.
exactly where Marvin's was. Yes. Yes.
And then I think there was Grand View,
Yes.
which was over just beyond Vans.
Yeah.
And then someone else said there was another one, Echo or Elm or something.
Doesn't ring a bell at all.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So when you were out here, Mom, did you have a car or
Yeah.
you did have a car? Okay. So you had 2 cars then, because Grandpa would have his work truck.
Well,
his work car.
he had a car, a
Okay.
state car.
But you had a car so you could go into town and stuff
Oh,
like that.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I still think of a small, but mom and grandma would go in and get chickens at what would it have been where the dairy is now? I think bet that belonged. Wonder what
Oh,
that was Sanstagard or something.
well, it was because it AMPI and it used to be North American Creameries. Is
Yes,
that what you mean by the
Yeah, but
dairy?
they
they
sold
And
stuff.
then
well,
yeah.
mom and grandma got chickens there, and they'd be live, and they'd come back, and grandma would chop off the head. There was an old fishing deal out
Full
in
of
the
heads, huh?
driveway. Yeah,
Full of heads.
she'd chop him off.
Yeah,
Huh, interesting.
yeah, yeah. That's that. Yeah, I guess there'd be no reason they wouldn't sell stuff there. I didn't remember if you thought Sonstigard was
I don't
involved
know
at that
who
time.
owned it. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
don't know
honest.
either. It could have been.
Yeah, but that would
Well,
have to have been
Heifers were
the.
involved with that too.
Yeah, but were they old enough?
Well,
I mean, growing up, they weren't that.
no,
They were around my age or a little
Yeah.
older or whatever. But so I don't know who owned it. I have no
Were
idea.
there any? Did you hang out with any people when you came? Other, as far
Oh,
as
we'd go down to Vans and the Hoyseth boys and
Oh, the Hoisted Boys, the boys.
the
Yeah,
boys.
yeah,
Oh yes.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, there were kids around here.
So it was populated. I'm sure that along this way here, just along this way, I mean, some of these cabins have been there for
Oh
quite a
yes.
while.
And I'm thinking of one house, there was a kid living there, a guy. But Vans Beach was where we'd meet and
That's where you'd meet.
mess around.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was a
Very
nice swimming
simple.
beach, and it was a place to get snacks and stuff.
Exactly.
Of course, at that time, it was all relative how expensive it was. Yeah, it might not have been in today's standard, it would be nothing, but then it was probably expensive.
I can never recall that, except you didn't go there and get a meal or anything. You got there, get a candy bar and ice cream cone,
Yeah,
and that was it.
yeah,
would you go down there and swim?
Oh yeah, yep.
yeah. Now Loomis's resort that you mentioned the hotel was there for quite a
Oh
while,
gosh.
but Loomis's, I don't think they didn't put the restaurant in until much later. Correct?
Well,
Or did
yeah.
they? Was there always a restaurant
Oh
at the
no,
hotel?
no, no. They did the restaurant,
Okay,
and it didn't really last all that long.
no, no. I actually
I think
remember
it was
eating there
too
several
much.
times. Yeah,
I think it was too much for Betty
yeah,
because she had all these kids,
yeah,
and then the restaurant,
yeah.
and I think it did her in.
And Jim was a teacher, so
Exactly. Summer was fine to have that.
yeah, summer was fine. Um, I think
When
yeah, I
did your
remember.
parents buy?
So they bought it in 40.
Okay.
That they bought the land, and all they had was a fireplace for years. So you would have been here. They just had a fireplace for a couple years, and then they built the cabin. So the cabin was, I think, 48,
When did your
49.
mom die?
I couldn't tell you.
Trying to think of that. She was a neat gal.
Yeah,
She was young.
yeah. She died when she was. I could figure it out. She was 66, and she was born in 2023.
Okay.
So whatever that is, 89.
Yeah, it was.
When did your dad?
He kept going. He helped Grandma so much because there were years after my dad died, and Mom would come out here in the summertime, and your dad was so good to her.
Oh, really? Just,
Oh, yes. Put in a bathtub, a short bathtub, but that's what fit.
yeah, that's what. Yeah, I'm sure he wasn't trying to cheat her by
Oh,
putting in.
gosh.
I'm gonna just give you a short one.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
it had to
Oh,
fit.
he was really good to her. He was a good guy.
Yeah, he was.
So then you moved. When did you move to Paynesville then? Because you got married and your husband was a banker. And when did that? When did you move to Paynesville?
63.
1963
Okay, but you'd
in
been
the
here. You'd
spring.
been here
Oh,
for
yeah, in
years
the
and
summer.
years.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So was that?
I never missed a year out
was,
here.
was that a goal then to get?
No,
It just happened to
it
work
just
out.
kind of happened. I think Dick realized he should get me back into Minnesota. I
Huh.
really do.
Get you back.
Because we were living in Nebraska. And so this is where we ended up.
Yeah, and still in the same place,
Yeah,
but you've modernized the cabin
A little bit.
a little bit.
a little
Not
bit.
much.
Yeah.
You know, not a real lot.
No, because
The
Grandpa-
bathroom really needs it.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
good land.
He built the fireplace.
Uh-huh.
There were a couple additions
And we put on the
to
porch
it. Porch. Yep.
in the 70s,
Yep.
Yeah.
early 70s, I
Still
think.
They had the same cupboards.
Yeah, there's still that my dad made. I mean, they really need to go,
I see.
to put it very
Right,
bluntly.
I see. I see.
Yeah. But it's all knotty pine inside, and
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember the boat races that they used to have over at the regional park?
Not at all.
I actually Bob Pedersen brought that up, and I had not thought about that.
But see, he would have been on that
He'd have been
side.
on that side,
Mhm.
sure. Yeah, but
Totally
I remember going
unaware
over
of
to
that.
them. They were just small boats. That
Where was it? What
right
about,
by the regional park.
when was it?
It wasn't very long, but I'm guessing it was probably 70 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, long ago. They only did it for a couple years.
Okay.
I remember they were small. I don't know how to describe what they were, but they were small flat boats. And then they got here and they had just a little motor, and you sat kind of in a little space, and would steer them one way or the other. And usually it was one accident after another. One
Oh,
flip or
gosh.
something after another. It was,
I
that's
don't
probably why they
recall
didn't
that
do
at
them
all.
anymore. Yeah.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Huh.
yeah. So I mean, you've been here all your life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have. This is really home.
Yeah. And dare I ask your age?
Yeah, 93.
93. Wow.
Halfway to 94.
Oh,
I don't think I
halfway.
want to know that.
Yeah, 93 and a half.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
if
am.
you-
Yes, I am.
That's right. If you were a little kid, I'm 2.5.
Yes, exactly. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
93, and you're trying to forget
93.
about that I'm 93.
I'd like to forget about it. But it's reality, let me tell you.
Well, you do pretty good.
Thank you.
Getting around.
Yeah, if it hadn't been for this leg, I was doing really well. But,
And you still play bridge.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. I know. I hear about your bridge.
Oh, you do.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
From Chris Henderson.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. So he built this, and then like the retaining wall here, it's held up all these years.
Yes, think of
You
that.
know, and there's just rocks.
And they're just rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's starting to show its age in some
It
parts.
really is, Karen.
Yeah, but it's held up. You think about all the big rains we've had here.
Oh, yeah.
With all the banks going down back in the 70s.
Yeah. Yep.
And
But there's an old culvert
there's an old culvert now. If you when
that my
all
dad must have put there.
yeah, I mean it's still one of these days we probably should get rid of it, and who knows what it does.
Wouldn't that be interesting,
But
Karen?
there, out over there, there's an old culvert that he put in there. So
I
if
wonder
you
where it goes.
well, it's
Or to the lake.
It's into the lake, but it's just laying on the hill. It's never really moved.
Yeah, but does it drain from somewhere, or
No,
it's just,
No.
I think that was the engineering part of him where he for drainage off
oh,
of the hill, right?
I would assume.
Yeah, and it's still there. So when all the leaves fall and there's not too much vegetation left on the bank, drive by it or drive by in the spring.
see it, look for it.
And
Yeah,
you
See
look
it.
for it.
and look and see it's there.
It's
Mhm.
there.
And so your dad put it on.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's still there.
been there a long time.
A long time.
Yeah.
Very long time.
Yeah,
And you don't know. It maybe does good, maybe it doesn't.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
who
wouldn't that
knows?
be
It's,
interesting?
but it's one of those things you almost get afraid to move it
Well,
because you
I
just
am.
don't know
You
what it might really be
No,
doing.
no.
with everything that goes along here. Yeah,
Yeah,
we are afraid to move it.
yeah, yeah, because you just don't know.
Mhm.
Your bank has been, knock on wood, stable.
It has,
For a
and
long
boy,
time.
And he
it's very near unstable land.
Yeah, yeah. But she always would tell us that you don't disturb Mother Nature, so you don't do anything to the bank.
Yeah,
That's what I was told from my
Yeah.
dad.
Yeah.
yeah. Don't
Yeah.
do anything to the bank.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So that's why.
'Cause, well,
Well,
you wouldn't have been Phil here. You're high enough that you would have been Phil, but that way it was.
Right.
But was this Phil you souls down here?
That's what I think.
That probably was more swamp too, and got
Because if
filled
you
in.
look at the way this is shaped along here,
Right.
all of a sudden you have this big gap here.
Yeah, it's a gap. It's kind
And
of
the access to that. I mean, he made an access to the lake.
Yes.
yeah.
And it's terraced really nicely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that Mother Nature didn't terrace it
No,
that
no,
way.
no, no.
So
It
that's
must
what
have been done.
that's what I think is I think they took Phil out of there for the road.
Oh, took it out for the road or brought it in to cover a swamp?
Could have been both.
It could have gone.
Well, or that couldn't that could have been all hill. Who knows? You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know, and yeah.
I don't think so.
No, you think it was just like that?
Well, I don't know how deep it went or what,
Yeah.
or how,
But
if
it's all
they
it's,
needed
it's
fill.
never been real damp down there.
No, uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Now
then
it'll
probably
be
not.
interesting with that house being built with drainage.
Well, 'cause
What we will get.
Your septic system and well are down here,
Yeah,
Septic
Right.
there, well over there.
and
yeah.
well over there. So,
Yeah, who knows? I mean, but it just seems this doesn't match up to the rest of the.
right.
no, it
it's
doesn't.
something
It
different.
does. You're
down-
right, Karen. It
down
does
to,
not.
down to where it gets slow down by you. This doesn't. It doesn't correspond.
Oh,
at all.
Yeah.
Karen,
Yeah.
I've never thought of that. It
So-
doesn't, does it?
So I mean, what I think, and I could be wrong, is that they had to have some access to the lake, and not that they didn't have it down there, but maybe this was more stable access.
Right. Right. Because down there it was Phil.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know when my dad put in a fireplace long ago to the cabin, he put a fireplace, and he said that as he dug down a couple feet, he started digging in through old rushes, bulrushes. That
Really?
had just been buried, with Phil,
Yeah.
and that he found them, and he said he knew what they were, and that's to him it demonstrated that it really was
Lowland.
Phil and lowlands.
Yeah.
And what
It
I
was.
heard is that land, if you look behind us, if you follow that, there's a little road.
Yes.
And you look on the left side of the road, there's a bank. And if you look on the right, it goes flat, and then there's another bank on the other side. And you kind of say the same like here. It's like, why wouldn't that have gone straight across? But
Exactly.
someone had told me once that's where the fill came from. It filled in that area. They pulled it all
Yep.
out of that bank and brought it over, so they didn't have to go far.
Well, and
Exactly.
you've got Kruger's Pond here,
Yeah.
so when they came through, you wonder.
Right.
I would have loved to have been back then just to know the
Right.
layout of what the topography was like.
Right. Well, if you run across, you might. Old
I'll
pictures
I'll
or
get
old,
yep.
even an old plot might show. In
Yeah.
other words, if they were doing engineering on this road, it might have shown, well, why was that here? That because you said that was 55, right?
This
This
is
was the main
55.
road.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
And then I think Kruger's mom, they owned all of it around,
Yes.
all back here,
Right.
correct?
All around.
yeah.
And I remember him as a kid. He ended up living in where was that the son that lived in the trailer house? Remember
Must have been the sun.
Was that the son maybe? Okay. Because he would live where Cush Miner now has the property. He had a trailer house there.
Mm.
Yes, and my
Well,
old neighbor.
up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was some kind of a house that
He had a
used to be
trailer.
there.
It was a trailer house.
Or something. Yeah, that.
Mm-hmm.
And he was really quiet, but he lived. There was a Kruger that lived there.
Yeah.
Well, unless it was, I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember the
the house.
the house, but
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just sitting and visiting. Thank you. That's what
Oh,
we wanted to do is visit and talk about your history on the lake and talk a little bit about the lake and what you remembered and stuff. And thanks for your time.
oh, thank
Appreciate it.
you.
I'll get out of your way for the day. Thanks, Karen, for driving over.
Yeah.